Well, hey, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back. Listen, y'all, we got to talk about life, love after lockup. We definitely got to go ahead and get into it. So let us do just that. Make sure you're coming into the video. All right. You are liking up the video if you have yet to do so, and already go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Okay. So, child, my hands is ashy. Ain't this, y'all see this? Girl, let me get it together. Okay. And this right here, this Jergens, this my girl. Okay. Huh? This my bookie right here. I love me some Jergens. Okay, can y'all see it? Anyway, girl. So let's go ahead and talk about life, love after a lockup. We're gonna start with Britney and K-Rock because they were supposed to get married, right? So they were supposed to do their own little elopement style ceremony. And Britney already on the fence because she really wants to have an actual big drawn out wedding and everything, right? But finances is tight. They can't necessarily do that. In addition, they're trying to relocate from one place to the other, which is the whole reason why they're trying to, go ahead and marry each other because they feel like once they're legally bind and tied to each other as family, that they could potentially get around the speed bump that has been presented in front of them, right? Because state of Texas, understanding their situations, primarily Miss Brittany's, she can't just up and relocate to what's this place called? To Texas at this time. Now, K-Rock is free to go. K-Rock can do whatever, they want to do. But when it comes to Brittany, Brittany has some stipulations that's standing in her way. So K-Rock is like, yo, let's go ahead and do this marriage and let's see what can happen. Well, when Brittany goes out to do her dress, try on different dresses and stuff, she's with her homegirl. The homegirl pretty much puts it in her head. And see, I feel a way about this homegirl. Like, I understand if she may have been operating in Brittany's best interest, but then also you have those people that be silently hating on you as well, and may even be in her feelings. I don't know. Okay, I don't know this to be true. This is just me in my head. Okay, also could potentially be feeling a way that you could be end up getting married, before she does. Okay, you have friends that act, they do things to appear as though they're doing stuff in your best interest, right? But they also are slick planting seeds of doubt, and I don't know. It's just some I don't know, because I do feel like the plan could have potentially worked. And if the goal is for y'all to be married in the end anyway, then so what? Go ahead and damn get married, right? Um, and y'all already know it could work, it could not work. But at the end of the day, y'all want to be married. And if you get married now, doesn't mean you can't have this big lavish wedding at a later time if that's what you want to do. So I don't know. I definitely felt the way from the beginning for that friend, kind of like trying to plant that in her head or whatever. But anywho, it worked. Okay. So on the day of the ceremony, Brittany decides that she wants to break this news to K-Rock and say, hey, just got to tell you something right before they really about to get into some things. Pull him to the side, lets him know, like, oh, I talked to the probation officer or whatever. And what she pretty much told me was like, I need to halt. Like, this may not be a good idea. This may not work out. You know what I'm saying? And, also, this ain't really what it is that we wanted. I want to have a bigger wedding than this. I don't want to just elope and have this style. I want my family here and stuff. So, she's starting to reconsider, and that's what's gonna happen. Okay, so basically there is no wedding on today. K-Rock is very hurt and upset. Okay, K-Rock is still planning to go to Texas while leaving her behind. And I could have sworn just another episode, I could have sworn she had told him that he possibly could go ahead and go to Texas if she can't go. She was like, maybe you can go. I could have sworn that's what she said. Then now all of a sudden she's trying to change it. Okay. I also feel like this. The real reason Brittany did not want to move forward with this marriage with K-Rock, or this wedding, the ceremony, whatever, is because she wants a bigger wedding than this. I don't think it really had a whole lot to do with no damn, oh, well, the probation officer said this and that. Girl, you been breaking the rules, okay? So I really think it's because she didn't want this type of wedding, in my personal, okay? So I said Brittany doesn't want to marry him but wants control, okay? That's what I did not like, because he said that he was going to go to Texas. And she's like, you ain't going nowhere, but you ain't going nowhere. And I'm like, BITCH, not you done sat up here and controlled on whether or not y'all are going to get married. And then now you want to sit up here and kind of control if and when he could go to damn Texas? Absolutely not, y'all. I think K-Rock should have left right then. I understand that it would have been an emotional reaction, in all honesty, but I don't think he should hold himself up because you stuck. And it's the same thing we would tell, women in a situation with a man. Girl, if he's stuck, let his ass stay there. That's on him. That's a situation he got himself into. Go ahead and start making money for yourself and go to another state. So I just didn't like that. Anywho, Yeah, I say he was trying to get you out your situation, but you trying to keep him in that situation. He trying to figure out a way to get you out yours by y'all potentially getting married in the hopes that that's going to work. But you messed that up, right? But then also you don't want him to go nowhere at the same time. I'm like, it don't work like that. Okay, I would have left too. We ain't get married, so what the hell I'm hanging around for? And honestly, you ain't gonna really be able to get no job with your record and shit. So I might as well go to Texas to work so that I can help you. Okay. Anywho, so Brittany want to snap and create a situation that I started to feel like, it could get them in trouble. Okay. Don't be trying to create no situation to fuck around and get him in trouble with the cops and stuff. And he be right back where the hell he started. And I was glad that he clocked that just a little bit when they were outside and it was going back and forth. And he's like, listen, I ain't trying to have no cops or nobody come up. Cause sometimes people are call the cops on folks, even if it's just seeing y'all going back and forth. No physical, nothing happening. Y'all just going back and forth. They'll call the cops on that. And then next thing you know, both of y'all are in trouble all over again. But anywho, I said that she says he's being petty. Okay, she said he's being petty right now about going to Texas because he's mad and says that's not how a relationship works. I said you would be one to tell somebody how a relationship works, considering the fact that a relationship does not work with you telling them at the very last minute, right before the ceremony, what you had learned from your PO. I don't think that was cool. You weren't right in what you did, and now you trying to control stuff. Brittany, you getting on my damn nerves, girl. So K-Rock tells her, she doing too much. No, I'm sorry. Brittany tells K-Rock, I believe it was, that K-Rock was doing too much because of the cameras. And K-Rock, or maybe K-Rock, I think K-Rock may have told her because K-Rock was concerned about the cops and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, ain't no cops coming, whatever it was. They was bickering back and forth. Okay. She wants him to wait a week before going to Texas and saying maybe her PO would change her mind. And I'm like, BITCH, the lady just pretty much told you no a week or so ago. Why would she change her mind in a week? Something about that did not seem right to me. And I feel like what Brittany is going to try to do is every week ask K-Rock to stay until the next week. And K-Rock is going to have to draw the line somewhere and figure out, in my opinion, what's even more important. And I understand that the relationship should be important, but just as important as the relationship is y'all being able to actually live, and you're going to need money to do that. So if you're not getting a job locally and you got your credit, your name on the line in another state, take your ass to that other state. Okay? Your mama and them already out there, and it's not a guarantee that they going to pay the bills and stuff. So I'm not going to mess my good credit up for nobody, child. Let me go ahead. I'll see you. Okay, I ain't say and that's what K-Rock said. I'm not saying we broken up or I don't want to be with you, but I'm finna go ahead and get a jump start on going to Texas. I just think that's the smart thing to do. Okay, but anywho, child, y'all leave y'all thoughts on that. Daniel and Bianca. Okay, so he gets a job. Shout out to Daniel. Daniel gets a job with the moving company. Come to find out, the boss that hired him can actually relate to the things that Daniel has been through. What we learned is that he too had legal troubles at one point that resulted in him getting locked up, and he said nobody would hire him but his dad. I said, well, congrats on having a piece of privilege of your dad even being in a position to where he could hire you. Okay, so he ended up, I don't know if this is his dad's company that was passed down to him or if this was a company that he created, but either way, the man has a moving company, and it seems like he gives felons opportunities like that, which I don't think is a bad idea. But if you're a person that may have a history of burglarizing or robbing folks and stuff, I don't know if you should be in the field of working for a moving company. But it just depends at the same time as well, because just because people may have committed those type of crimes in the past doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to go back to that same thing. And also, one could say the same thing about drug users. They could probably try to rob somebody or they belongings just so they can sell the items in order to even get a hit on some drugs. So you just never know. It's a risk that you take with all of them, and this is the risk that he's choosing to take with Daniel. Okay, now Bianca has been the one that's been paying for everything. She's been the one driving him around, and Bianca is tired. Okay. Bianca is tired. Now that he's gotten out of jail, Bianca doesn't quite know how this works. Okay. It can take people that get out of prison some time to actually find a job and actually make a substantial amount of money. Okay. Now, sometimes I do believe they come out of prison with restitution that may likely be owed. Okay, they come out with a balance. So with that balance, he about owe so much of money. So how, on top of his child support and then having to take care of you, and you over here so anxious and ready to be married to this man, and you need to be careful because you don't know what the hell he owe. Because if ever he ends up not paying that, they probably gonna come and try and tap into your damn funds, and you got all this money you keep saying that you got from this settlement. Girl, you just better be careful, and you also ain't got money management either. Okay, a lot of people win a lot of money, and because they don't know how to manage their money, they be right back in the slums that they came from. But okay. So anywho, she says with him working, she's hoping that she finally has some time for herself. What is given to me, as I've told y'all already, Miss Bianca does not like Daniel. In my personal, I do not feel like she likes Daniel. I think she likes the idea of actually having a partner and not being alone. But I don't really think she liked that man. I think if somebody else came along and gave him a run for his money, she gonna leave him at the drop of a dime. And the only reason she would potentially stay with him is if she can rule and control and run over him. Okay. Now, Bianca calls her good best friend Haley, or Hallie, whatever her name is, and she's talking to her. Okay, she wants her to come down to see her and stuff, and she tells her about Daniel. I don't think they should be friends because Haley really feel like her friend jealous of her. Did you try to say the girl was jealous and downplay her, saying that she's never experienced life outside of the city that she's in? So basically, therefore, trying to say that she's still gonna be that same bitch that she's always been because she ain't experienced life. Shame on her for not winning a damn settlement for somebody else's ignorant behavior. But anywho, so Haley asked about Daniel and stuff, and Bianca says, what she says, she said something like, they've been getting into issues and stuff. She says that he acts like everything is his way or no way. And I'm like, are you okay? Why are you lying on this man? I don't think that's how Daniel comes off, but I have every reason to believe that that is how she comes off. So for her to say that, I'm like, you little bitch. I cannot stand her. You little brat, you little bitch, okay? You the one that feels like if it's not your way, it's no way. You the one that be throwing more fits than anything. I can't stand this little girl. Anywho, so she tells her that they argue a lot, all of that. And then she says that she feels like he love bombed her. Y'all, when I hear love bomb, oftentimes what's connected to love bombing for me is how a person may provide you with all these lavish gifts. They may gift you a lot of things, make you feel like they're all in love and all this and that. And then as soon as you get into the relationship, they flip. That is who Bianca is to me. She does a lot of projecting. For her to say that this man love bombed her when he's the one that's behind prison, girl, it was given. What you see is what you get. You loved bombed him because you the one that had all this money from this settlement, you little bitch. Okay? You had all this money from this settlement, and so you was coming off, I'm sure, as I could do this, I could do that, I got this, I got that. I'll get us an apartment. Don't you worry about that. I'll pay all the bills. Don't you worry about that. You was doing all of this love bombing just so you could get a Nick car, and now you got the Nick car. You don't even want him. Okay? A mess. So Daniel and her had already talked about him going to work, and when he gets off, he will want her to pick him up, and if she's unable to, that's fine, he'll call an Uber. He called her 7 times. Okay, she says that it was annoying her, so therefore she didn't even answer the phone. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck raised this girl. Who raised her to be the spoiled brat that she is? What is her background and her environment? Where did she come from? Okay. Now, granted, I will say, why are you blowing this girl up 7 times when you already told her that if she can't come get you, you'll get an Uber. So hurry up and call them. Okay. But he called her 7 times or whatever, and she over there shopping in the store, act like she don't hear his call. She ain't stun him, ain't try to call him back or nothing. Okay. A mess. That man could have been in a crisis, but it is what it is. So Bianca says she doesn't want to drive him around everywhere. So she doesn't plan on doing that. They get back to the house, they talk. She said, how you get home? He said, I took an Uber. I'm like, did he tell you he was gonna do that already? I took a Uber, but then he tried to say that it was expensive. She was like, how much was the Uber? And he's like, $30. And then I'm kind of like, you shouldn't have said out your mouth that you was going to take an Uber and then try to complain about the price. You knew Uber was going to cost. You knew it was going to cost. So it is what it is, okay? So then she talks about how she went and bought them a game, $130 game. I'm like, not you don't went and bought $130 game. I know he probably was thinking like, hell, you could have gave me 30 of them dollars and found a cheaper game. I could have used that to get me an Uber. Nah, use your own money if you got a little piece. Okay. But she says the price doesn't matter to her. And first of all, he's a little shocked about the price because he like, dang, I just got a job. How am I supposed to maintain all the, the debt that I do got and then also maintain your shopping issue? And she's like, she ain't worried about the money. And I'm like, you saying you're not worried about the money because of the settlement that you got. But then at the same time, you're going to start bringing it up to him every chance that you get about him not paying so many things. This is the stuff that I don't like about her. She always act like she got it. She'll take care of it financially. And then when a person may sit back and look at and expect that because that is how you set them up. Okay, that is how you set them up to expect things from you. Then you want to throw a hissy fit and get upset. Okay. Anywho, it is what it is. So let's get to Justine and Michael. All right. Of course, they have a talk about the sons and stuff. And she tells him that when it comes to the kids, he lost control with them the other day. And she doesn't feel like he'll be able to handle those kids, especially if something were to happen to her. She just doesn't think he's equipped. He's not emotionally intelligent enough to handle the kids, his kids, her kids, especially one that's autistic. We can't do that. So he tries to tell her, I feel like you counting me out. The whole point of us blending this family was for us to, come together. And now you're trying to pull us apart. Sir, if something happens to her and she dies, you're already going to be pulled apart. And I don't know how you're going to manage her death, a new baby, a newborn, okay, and all the other fucking kids when you can't even manage what you got on your plate with her there right now. She's not wrong at all. And what I appreciated was her not really changing her stance on keeping her daughter as part of, or shall I say, keeping her daughter listed for having parental rights of her child, or at least a part of it. I appreciated that. Okay, Michael, you're not there emotionally. I don't know if you want to have full access to those kids because you want to be able to write it off on your taxes or something. And you see this as a money thing for you, which I feel like it could be. I don't know if it's that you genuinely care, but she feels that way. So I guess, okay. We also learned that his mom is going to be coming to live with them because her house burnt to the ground. Oh, I feel so bad for her. I'm like, damn, what's going on with the houses burning to the ground over there on this show? But the house burnt to the ground. They lost everything. And that's really, really sad. I hate that for his mom so much. She lost everything. She's going to come to stay with them. And I said, yo, it's already overcrowded. It's a lot going on. It is a lot going on. And then they haven't even told her about the child that they are currently pregnant with now. I'm like, y'all dog ass wrong for that. Y'all don't want to hear her mouth, though, but you might as well deal because these are the decisions that y'all chose to make, and y'all are going to be financially responsible for it. So it is what it is. But let me say this. I need y'all to not have more children than your ass actually have seats to put them in the vehicle. Scoot back up off me, girl. I'm just letting you know. Okay? When y'all have this next child, is there even going to be any room for another kid to go in that damn expedition or whatever truck y'all got? Because I don't think they make a fourth row of seats, do they? I don't know. I know they'll do a third row, but is it a fourth row? Shit. Y'all got going on, girl. Y'all gonna need a fucking charter bus in a minute, or at least a shuttle bus or something to get these damn kids to point A and point B. All them damn kids, y'all need to flip and turn that shit into a business in some type of capacity. Okay, so y'all can write off these vehicles and stuff or something. Too many kids. Child. Anywho, honey. Good luck. The mama gets there. And eventually she does learn about them being pregnant. She's completely shocked. And it goes off. Okay. So we didn't see what's going to happen with them until the next episode. Let's get to Kim and Joey. So, of course, she wants to get a divorce now after being legally separated for the time frame that she's supposed to be legally separated. They go to see some attorneys to get some advice. Cool. Kim was asked about resuming a marital relationship even after her and her husband separated. Kim says no. Joey does not trust her because he's been fucking around with the lady from the very beginning. Okay. I do not believe Kim either. I don't believe Kim and Joey are trustworthy individuals, but I do believe that they deserve each other hands down. Yes, y'all do. Y'all definitely deserve each other, and what you get is what you gonna get. Okay? So she talks about how she wants to buy a house and she doesn't want her husband to have any rights to it. Is that possible? They like, oh girl, you sure you want to do this? Listen, girl, he might own a piece of their house. He might own a little piece. Now, let me tell you, it's gonna be a few loopholes that he's gonna have to get through. All right, in order for him to even claim part of that house. But it's not, it's not impossible for him to have part of that home. For sure. Okay. One of the attorneys is like, girl, your best bet is going to be for you to go ahead and get this divorce, finalize it, and then go get you a house, bitch. That's what you want to do, because he can hit you with the double whammy at any particular time. Okay. Because you're going to fuck around and have Joey, you, and that man living all in that house. Okay. Because he's part owner, girl. It's a mess. So good luck to you, ma'am. So then she tells them about, well, hey, listen, I got something else I want to say. What you got? Well, listen, so I was hunching on Joey in the beginning of my marriage and stuff like that, girl. So we was over there getting it in. And then I ended up getting pregnant and stuff like that, And he had doubted it just a little piece. Well, he was like concerned about whether or not the baby was his, just a little piece or whatever like that. But when the baby had came, it was all good. We was together and stuff like that. But listen, Joey at a place now where he want to get this DNA test on this baby. And I'm just trying to understand if it's found out that the baby is indeed his, girl, then like, what's gonna happen? Like, is that man still gonna have rights to that child? And they like, girl, potentially he could, especially if his ass sat up there and signed that birth certificate. Y'all gonna have to go and undo all of the bullshit that y'all just did, okay? Not only that, Miss Ma'am, you got more things to worry about, because let me also let you know this, honey. If he has paid you any child support, yes, he has. I think I get about $2,500 a month. Oh, well, let me tell you, girl, if he finds out that that baby is not his, and it was very dumb as hell of you to record that and put this on this television show, you better hope that that baby is his, because let me tell you, if it's not, bitch, he can petition the court and turn around and have you pay him all that money back that he done sat up there and gave your ass. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know, okay? I just want you to be aware of all things. That is why you're here. So then Kim was like, ooh, child, that's a lot of money. That's how I feed my kids. Yeah, we know. I told y'all that about an episode or 2 or 3 ago when I said that's the real reason that she don't want to find out who the baby daddy is, because she knows that I feel like Kim already knew she may have to pay this money back. She already knew that. And if she has to pay him the money back, what she probably going to do is try to prolong the damn divorce. Okay, if she finds out that this child ain't his. Okay, and let me tell y'all, Joey know he ain't got the fucking money. Something he going to put him on a payment plan and pay him $10 a month. Joey, baby, bye. He could, and hopefully y'all are in a state where he could potentially sue your ass, okay, for sleeping with his wife. Sir. Okay, so you be real careful, because you may end up owing him a little bit of money too. But she over there telling me, that's how I feed my kids and all of this stuff. I'm like, girl, that's what you get, though. Joey know he ain't going to want to pay that money back, so he might well sit down and shut the hell up and not really worry about the paternity of that child, even though the child does need to know who his real daddy is, period. But it's so funny to me, because I'm like, Miss Kim, you sit up here talking about you ain't got the $2,500 to pay back, or however much the man has paid you over the years for that baby, but you got money in your fucking wallet to sit up there and pay for this damn convict. You got money in your pocket for you to sit up here and want to buy another house, but you ain't got money to pay that man back. Should this child not be his, bitch? Oh, no, ma'am. Take her to court, because we going to watch it on Court is Messy, period, okay? Let's keep going, all right? Let's get to Teenie and Rob, because, of course, they got into the heated argument because he is ready for her to get a job. Okay, she done sat up there and spent probably $200 or more on this water park. Didn't consult with him about it. He was upset. Like, I thought we had an understanding that this was some shit that we was not finna do. Okay, and she did it anyway. She's like, listen, I'm having a rough time balancing being, a wife and a mom to the kids. I want to get the kids the best things. So let me do that, right? And that's the decision that I made, and I apologize for not confronting you about it. And he's pressed because she brought up the tattoo situation. He like, why you keep throwing that up in my face? You know what I'm saying? When you know that we already talked about me getting this tattoo covered anyway. And she was like, well, hell, you tried to, get all up in my stuff, so I had to one up your ass real quick. Like, you finna have me feeling low, and I not make you feel low. Absolutely not. That's not how that works in this relationship, sir. But anywho, they both being petty. they good now after she apologizes. He goes to meet up with his dad. He tells his dad about the mom and how, she got into it with Teeny. The dad says the mama can be stubborn and immature. I said, you wouldn't know. Thanks for confirming. He also, what did he say? He said when he was locked up, his dad came to see him about 1 or 2 times. That's 1 or 2 times more than what the mama has done. Okay. He also says that his dad, I think his dad was in the streets at one point. His dad was actually charged, I believe, with murder, but ended up being found not guilty. But still having that type of stuff attached to your name isn't a good look in the city and surrounding areas. It's just not a good look, right? So they're over there reminiscing about life and all of this stuff. And his dad tells him that he felt like prison saved his life, to be honest. The Rob also talked about like mama was just so bad at home that he would run to the streets. I guess he was running to the streets for a piece of peace, I suppose. I don't know, but he said it was better than being at home, honey. So him and his dad reminisced, and that was cool. We also learned that Teeny ended up getting her a job, as she said. It didn't take much time. Miss Ma'am is a paralegal for a company. Shout out to her. Now, it sounds like she may be making, $50,000 a year? Or were they saying $50 an hour? Whatever it is, congratulations to Miss Teeny. Do your thing. I'm thinking it's probably like $50,000 a year. Now, she got the job, and at one point, I think she talked to Rob about having a child, but Rob didn't feel too comfortable with that because of his financial situation. Now that he sees Teeny has a job, now he want to put a baby in her. Hold your horses, sir. Slow down, okay? I'm like, can y'all at least stack for a year or so before you sit up there and try and have a child? Can y'all get some type of emergency fund and then another fund and another one? Before you sit up there trying to go ahead and put a baby in this lady, you sit over here trying to put a baby in her that you forgetting that I could have sworn you said you already had another child. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe he don't. I thought Rob had another child that he hasn't seen since they were young. Maybe not. Don't let me put that on him because I can't recall, but y'all let me know in the comments. But anywho, he wants to have him a baby girl, he says. Okay? Because I thought he already had a son. I thought Rob already had a child. But maybe not. Okay. So, anywho, I think that Teeny is a bit on the fence, and I think it could be finances, but primarily, I do think she does want a child, and I would not be surprised if they get pregnant soon. Okay, would not be surprised if babies come from them very soon. Let's get to Zuri and Troy. Okay, so they go to the dispensary, and they're all excited to do that. I was paying attention to the dispensary, but not necessarily. Okay, she does thank him for adopting her child because her son is crazy about him. He knows about his real dad, but real dad is locked up. Real dad hasn't fully stepped up, so therefore that is what Troy has been doing. Troy gets emotional hearing that. And I think that makes him feel good, especially knowing that he's there for her child, even though he couldn't fully be there for his own child. But Troy does want to be a great dad to both kids. I will say that. And it seems like he just want to be a good guy overall. So we'll see, okay? She asked him about having another kid, and Troy wants to be financially set. And I know that's right. It's like, ma'am, y'all was just late on y'all rent. Y'all non-profit is going downhill. Y'all ain't really got no money like that for you to be sitting over here thinking about another child. Your mama house just burnt the fuck down, and you sitting over here asking her to help pay for a damn wedding when she trying to help get her house back to where it was. You just don't be having them things going on. The wheels ain't turning up here for some reason, and it's bothersome. Okay, so he says that no. What we learned is that she says Troy does not know that she's not on birth control. I don't think that's right, especially with y'all being married. I feel like that's a trap. I feel like that's not fair. Okay, this man is thinking that you probably on birth control and everything. And I mean, maybe he's not being, as cautious and everything. Y'all married. I don't know. But I just don't think that it's right for you to kind of like not have that conversation with him, letting him know that you're not on birth control. I don't think that's right. I think that should be a 2-person conversation. That should be y'all having that proper conversation. And if he's not ready, I don't think it's right to kind of force him into that. Like yeah, but then, and I feel like he's operating from a place of believing she is on birth control, which could be why he's not using condoms and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe he need to start just to be on the safe side. I don't know. If you really don't want him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Girl. Good luck. So Troy about to hang out with Ashel, which is I think it's Ashael, her son. And so she is concerned about how her son may act like he may act like this, he may do that, he may run off, he may whoop de whoop and everything. And I don't know how you're gonna handle that. And he's like, listen, when I'm with him, like we good. Like I've been a boy before. I already know. It ain't too much he could tell me that I don't know. And I'm sitting over here like, ma'am, excuse me. That little boy be more excited to see that man than he is to see you. That's one. Number two, I feel like that little boy acts that way because of you. Okay, I feel like he stomps, throws his fist, or do whatever he do, probably because he don't want to fool with your ass. I hate to say that. Okay, seeing how you blow up and shit at anybody at any given moment, I can imagine what that child has to deal with. So he probably reacts based on who the hell you are. Troy does give a more calming spirit, so I wouldn't be surprised if that young boy is a bit more calmer with Troy. Okay, so ain't no telling. I don't know. He might show his ass on Troy like he has done with you, but I feel like he acts that way with you because of you. But anywho, girl, he gets a phone call from his mom. Troy does, and we learn that he tells her like, oh, I'm about to go hang out with Ashel today. We about to go do this or that, whatever. And the mama said, oh, okay, I don't give a damn about none of this shit. Guess what? We got a problem. It's a motherfucking issue going on. He was like, wow, what's up? So I don't know what's gonna go down, but whatever it is, I'm concerned that it's going to derail the plans that he already made with this baby boy. All because his mama is on some shit. So I don't know, but I'm definitely hoping that whatever she got going on doesn't stop his plans, okay? Because I do not like when people make plans with kids and then sit up there and get their hopes up and then turn them down. I don't really like that. Now, unless it's like truly, truly an emergency, like it has to be done right now, I guess I get it. But if it's not that and your mama just calling you with heightened energy, don't let her change your plans and your commitments on what you had to do with this little boy on that day. You got enough siblings for her to get somebody else to do it. Okay, but that's all I got at this time. Y'all can leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. I'm Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like Soldier Ray. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be